Darn it all. It's one of those emulators that like will stop the sound if I don't have the window open. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, like I was saying, came at a good time because I just finished Novice and I'm about to go Standard. Which this will go swimmingly. Just swimmingly. And look, unlocked 6 more racers. So Captain Falcon, Stewart, Pico, Samurai Goro, Joey Summer, Mighty Gazelle, Billy. Haven't run into him yet, but he'll be in the next episode. Biorex, EAD, Clash, Octoman, Bob. I'm usually pretty good with Biorex. Let's see. Yeah. There's a skull. There's Cap. And I do gotta watch it, like, as far as my, like, running into people is concerned, because my body is not too good. In-game, that is. Also kind of in real life, too. I ain't the fittest, Joe. And plus my foot is still more or less, well, not really out of commission, but it doesn't work the best, shall we say. Hi, Zoda. Darn it. Inhale, meal, and spit. Interesting. So Billy is my rival. Haha, I'm the Blue Gazelle. Or piloting the Blue Gazelle, anyway. As I mentioned before, those who really want to like try out like gonna try going as fast as possible. You know, this is the track to do it. I think the top speed you can reach in this game is like just over 2,000 kilometers per hour. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Ah, third place. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, hey, look. Got Zoda in second now. I'm tied with him. I can hear it. Yeah, I'd mentioned earlier how like I love the soundtrack of the game so much that I had used it all the time when like using the buggy and such in like you know, Half-Life 2. Sand Ocean. In fact, that last track was the first one. The first track to appear. You know, speaking of antlines, you know it's something, oh, I forgot to change my color too. You know it's like, what I'm a little sort of kicking myself for forgetting it for the Kraken question video, is that I did not bring up how in Prime 2, there's like this one log where it's like, you know, Sarge says that these splinters remind him of some other killer bug on some other planet, which could be used to, like, could be used as evidence, or like we're pointing to the Krakens. Although, given the time that Prime 2 was made, it seems more likely that it was actually a reference to SR-388. Or rather the, like, Gamma Metroids and like, Alphas and such. I'm in trouble. Darn it. He got first place. That is not good. I regret being the mighty gazelle. Devil's Forest. It was because I didn't change my color. For a planet called Devil's Forest, this doesn't seem particularly foresty, unless you mean to tell me that green down there is forest, and not some kind of disgusting swamp ocean. You got first power. Sometimes if your rival is way behind, sometimes they'll just like swoop in out of nowhere and speed ahead. The biggest of bluists. I've never been able to memorize all of the boosts on this here cylinder. Yeah. This ain't good. Yeah, I am very much out of energy. So one little flea hit and I'm dead. Okay, well the good news is that Zoda was in the head. The bad news is that Octoman was. Oh hey, I'm back in first place. I wonder if because it said out of 29 racers, so that means that somebody's machine wiped out. I'm wondering if it was Zoda. Because he was nowhere to be found at the end there. Oh boy. This is not gonna go well. Alright, back to red. It's position 27 out of 30 to start off. It's a bit odd. Took me a while to realize that you're supposed to use your analog to adjust the angle of your fall there. Because if you don't, well, really, this is sort of like Metroid Prime 3's phase-on mechanic, except you're racing. Because, you know, your energy is your armor. But it's also the what you use to boost. Interesting. The only episode that actually shows like the use of the pit lanes is Octoman's Dream. That is the episode where the folks in Tokora show up. That's not good. I might have lost first place. Oh no. Still got it. Now Octoman did tie, but ties go to the player. Man, would you look at this motley crew? Mighty Gazelle, Zoda, and Octoman. Well, the point I was making, like the analogy I was making was that, you know, you, like, to use Phazon, like Phazon is your weapon, but it's also your health in Metroid Prime 3. Likewise in this, your energy is your armor, but it's also your boost. Winning makes me feel so alive. Yeah, winning on normal difficulty leaves a little message. Like each person has their own unique message. I think a bio for him in either this game or GX says that he was a photographer at one point. Okay. Who shall I be? Biorex. The dinosaur. Skull and Baba. Wait, no, that's not Baba. That's James the Cloud to my left. Behind me says James the Cloud gonna be my rival? That doesn't seem right. I would imagine it would be Beastman. But maybe James the Cloud is in the raffle. Also, some kind of interesting is Leon is also kind of a Star Fox Easter egg as well as James the Cloud, in that he looks like he's from Star Fox. Like he kind of looks like Wolf, like straight up Wolf from Star Fox. Like, because, you know, when I first saw Leon, I kind of thought of him as the Star Fox Easter egg. Only to realize, no, it's in fact James McCloud, who's just the straight up, very on the nose Star Fox Easter egg. Although, considering, yeah, James McCloud and the Skull are in front of me, which it's kind of odd that the Skull would be one of Pyrex's rivals. But, you know, like we've established, the story of the racing games in the anime are not always the same. You're supposed to, always has been. To be honest, I'm not that familiar with that meme. Or rather... And when I say that, I don't mean I don't know what you're talking about. It's more that I haven't... It's a meme I actually haven't used. So in that sense, I don't really have that much affinity to it. Yeah, like James McCloud is the straight up on the nose Star Fox Easter egg. Whereas Leon, I kind of assumed was supposed to be the Star Fox Easter egg when Leon is kind of more... I mean, he still kind of is. Like, he looks, like I said, he just straight up looks like a... He just looks like a Star Fox character. There's no denying that. Okay, so it kind of looks like the Skull is going to be Byrex's Easter egg. Byrex's rival this time around. I think also part of it is I don't know what the original context of the meme is. And so in that regard, I'm like, you know, Red Canyon. Remember, not Planet Crichton, Samurai Goro's place in the anime. I don't know, I think Red Canyon might actually be on Crichton. It's just, it seems very much implied Red Canyon is actually the name of a planet. The reason it's just like, you know, the bio and like mentions that Samurai Goro is actually from Red Canyon. But in the anime, he's presumably from Crichton. Now that doesn't mean he's actually from Crichton, it just means... it just means he has like his base of operations on Crichton. Just like, I think Port Town only makes an appearance once in the anime. And that was the last time we've seen Pico, which was that one Tanaka episode. You know, where he's trying to see Kate Allen. The episode that I sort of likened to Scarecrow and Mrs. King a little bit. But all this to say, like, I think that was the one time Port Town makes an appearance, and Captain Falcon is from Port Town. What's not? Red Canyon? Maybe I also don't understand what you mean by solar planet? Oh, I forgot to change my color again. I love the sort of like what sounds like auto-tune they add to Mr. Zero there. And yeah, this is another world that I don't think ever makes an appearance in the anime. Yeah. Year this game came out. Yeah, the likes of 1998. It was good. It was a good year for sci-fi franchises or sci-fi gaming. Because this came out, the first Star Fox came out, and the first Half-Life came out. Hey Skull, if you want to beat me, you might want to pull out some of your tarot cards or whatever. I think he did. Oh. Well, you can blame that on my own arrogance. Your arrogance blinds you, Master Yoda. Now you've experienced the full power of the dark side. I usually have difficulty there. That would be a North Hill, alright. How did Billy become my rival, by the way? Y'all better behave yourself on the raceway or I'm gonna start singing. I love you, you love me. I'm not Barney, but I... Totally did not set up for a rhyme there. I'm a dinosaur still, though. So, unfortunately, Nintendo did not actually, or they didn't actually implement new, like, comlink, like, log thingamabobbers for Snake in, Smash Ultimate for any of the new characters. Darn it. It's always that one part. But, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. But somebody who does, like, some real sick impressions did, like, fan-made, like, Solid Snake, comlink data logs for each of the new characters in Smash. And for those in Smash 4 that Snake never did comlinks for. That is, like, just a little Easter egg where Snake, like, Snake's, folks are giving him, like, little, like, logs on, like, the different characters and such, like, they're giving them a bit of a rundown. One for Ridley, which was fan-made because they didn't actually create any new ones, for Smash 4 or Ultimate characters. He's like, Otacon, I've got a purple dinosaur here, not the singing kind. I'm like, does it have wings? Or whatever Otacon says. But Otacon, I've got a woman here in a suit of armor. I was like, huh? How did you know it was a woman? Yeah. I'm just gonna start that over. Lost too many times. Let's be Octoman, why don't we? After, like, describing Samus or whatever, like Otacon describing Samus, Snake is like, sounds like my kind of woman. He's the protagonist or one of the protagonists of the Metal Gear Solid series. And it's like Dark Samus, which was also fan made. The one for Dark Samus was fan-made. Like, I've got Samus Aran here, but it doesn't look like she's having a very good day or whatever. I was like, son, that's no Samus. Like, mentions Dark Samus or whatever. It's just like, so we got Shadow Mario. Shadow, Black Shadow, Actual Shadow. Like, he starts listing off all the names of, like, evil doppelgangers in Nintendo. And he's like, seriously, Nintendo really needs to... Whatever he says, and then the Colonel's like, whatever you say, Venom. It's like, fine. It's a darn good trope. Or, like, he gets the rundown that, he gets the rundown that, like, Zelda, although she's, like, dainty or whatever, she attacks with magic. And he's like, so, this rose has thorns. And funnily enough, the, like, for, whatchamacallit, for Captain Falcon, they actually do, like, autocon and Snake, the actor, like, the voice actors and stuff, they will do, like, Captain Falcon move imitations, like, Falcon punch, Falcon kick. Yes, I do. Whoa, that was bad. What? Samurai Goro is my rival. That seems odd. Then again, Samurai Goro has gone up against Dark Million before. Which I don't remember if Dark Million was something created something created for the anime, or if it was something in the game lore beforehand. Okay. Let's try not to get ourselves killed this time. I'm curious, you know, I am quite curious what the story mode of GX is gonna be. Because that game actually has a story mode. Pushing. Well, I survived, but I got 4th place. No, I didn't notice that. I may have seen that before, but... Bottlenecking. You gotta love it. And by love it, I mean actually hate it. Wow. That's not good. Okay. So I have to get first place, I think, both of these next races. One fundamental difference, I mean there are many, but one fundamental difference between F-Zero and Mario Kart is that if you got first last race, you're put dead last. However, in Mario Kart, it's the exact reverse. If you got first last race or are in first overall, you get first place the next race. Two people have crashed already. Unfortunately, one of them was not Samurai Goro. Watch your back! Ooh. Okay, good news and bad news. Bad news is I didn't get first. Good news is Samurai Goro didn't either. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, I think that puts me back in first. Actually puts me tied, yeah. But I'm back in first. Okay. Fortunately, I have all of my lives left, so if I don't get first, I can just retry. Now, granted, in Mario Kart, like, you have weapon systems, right? And the farther behind you are, the more powerful those weapons are. So, you know, if you're in first, you gotta worry about the blue shell. Yeah, and I think it is overall. Like, what is your position overall? Whereas in this, where you were last race determines where you'll be at next race. Oh my gosh! Darn. Unfortunately, it's kind of sad, like, when you race with other players, I don't think you can race with, like, or maybe you can race with other players, or rather, when you race with, when you race with other racers, or players, I think maybe you can race with, like, oh, darn. I think you can race with all the other computer racers on, but I don't remember if that's the case. I'm pretty light. Is it actually better if I up my acceleration? Oh, really? So sad. I had, like, saved it, but then crashed. Oh, that other time.
Too bad. You lost your machine.
Maybe I need to stop talking.
Too bad. You lost your machine.
Am I really down to my last try already? Forget how treacherous this map can be. This track can be. Is that Tanaka trying to take out K down? Or trying to attack K down. The irony. Samurai Goro is in front. Well, things weren't looking too good anyway. Got the same stats as Octoman, but I'm heavier. Time for the rejected Ninja Turtle to show his metal. To prove his metal, rather. Of mixing, prove his metal and show his quality. I do like how Pico is, like, portrayed or handled in the anime, in that he rarely shows up, but when he does show up, you know he's gonna be trouble, because he's, like, so good at his job, and he's, you know, he's a hired hitman. We have just one more episode with Pico that we haven't seen yet. Skull is my rival. Curious. Darn it. Looked at the chat for a second and missed the boost. His machine is called the Wild Goose, because going after him would be a wild goose chase. Haha, get it? That's gonna put me in second, I reckon. Yep. the lightning on Pico's machine being shared with Zod is supposed to indicate that they're allies. I don't know who Zod is, but it kind of seemed like Zod was helping me out there. Yeah, I was about to say.
Too bad. You lost to the team.
Well, I lost it anyway, didn't I? That's not good. Still in second. Hey there, welcome back. Still in second. And the skull is firmly... The skull is firmly in first. So maybe in my best interest to just start over. Again. This is one of those tracks where usually somebody winds up crashed. At the very least, at least one person. Thanks whoever gave me that boost. That was rude, but it did help. Ooh, that was close. Wait, somebody crashed. That wasn't the skull, was it? No. No, it was not the skull. I don't think I have this one. Yeah, I don't think there's a way I can win this. So, oh boy. I think I just started thinking of the English version, where, you know, they actually change a whole bunch of lines and such.
You got most power.
I forgot what the bio said for Baba. I haven't heard that in a while. Like, for example, like some lines where, like an example of a line that was totally changed between the English dub and the original Japanese version, is like the part where Ryu is about to leave with the trying to leave with the medicine to help Alias, and in the English dub, like when Samurai Goro is about to stop him, Ryu says, "I thought you were better than them," and Samurai Goro goes, "Oh, I'm the best." But in the original, when Samurai Goro puts his, you know, sword on him, like, you know, points it to him and everything, Ryu instead goes, you're no better than them," and Samurai Goro responds with, "I'm a pirate." Very different. And then like some like plot lines are just like, okay, what is even going on? Like there was already a bit of like rivalry between like Jack and Ryu. Oh yeah, I should correct myself. In the English version, he's not called Ryu Suzaku, he's called Rick Wheeler. Oh. That's my first time seeing the, I think that's my first time seeing it crash while still pointed forward. But it feels like when I was watching the English dub version, it kind of felt like they made it way more of a constant theme of Jack and Ryu like going against each other. Or, you know, and then, like, you know, there are some lines that are just kind of like, okay, what in the world? Why is that in there? Like, that made it, like, all the more, like particularly cheesy. Shoot. What have I done? TIL. Oh, shoot. Ooh, what is this? Like sort of a limeish green? I mean, you know, at the end of the day, like, they're both, like, overall, it's intended to be a kid's show, right? Or kid-friendly, at least. However, the distinction I've found between the original and the English dub is that the original anime is kid-friendly, while I would call the English dub a kid's show. Like, slight distinction. Like, I don't think there's any swearing in the English dub, but in the Japanese version, the characters are swearing, like, every so often, you know? Particularly Zoda. Or, you know. Dang it. Oh, matinee. Yeah, please be honest. For the most part. Lisa Brilliant. Yeah, if I have to do a double take and be like, I don't want to show this on my channel, it does make you wonder. Oh yeah, see, somebody's already dead. Though that does make me wonder, because something I did notice between the two was that there were some scenes that the English version just straight up removed altogether. So it's possible that they ended up. It's possible they ended up removing some things with Lisa Brilliant as well. But like in the English version, you barely. Like you didn't run into Captain Falcon until like much later. Or rather, I think Captain Falcon didn't even show up until the third episode. Whereas in the Japanese, like in the original version, he shows up in like the first race.
You got pulse power.
Now, I will say, like, you know, I thought the intro for the English version was still pretty cool. But then, like, a former coworker was telling me, like, because he watched the original before I did. Because, like, I was the one who told him, oh, hey, by the way, there's an F-Zero anime. And he's like, really? And so he checked it out, like, checked out the English dub. And then he found the Japanese dub and, like, was, like, saying how, dude, we were robbed, like, with as far as the intro was concerned. Like, it was such a bang, like, the intro for the original is such a banger. And so I'm like, okay. So then I watched the original, it's like a star, and I'm like, yeah, I like this intro more, I think. The English intro is still cool, though. Yeah, I agree. That's part of why the new VeggieTales, like the newer VeggieTales, just became like, and by newer VeggieTales, I mean like once they really started looking like they were made of rubber and not like, you know, cold classic CGI. Or Play-Doh, I don't know. It's just, or rather like the new stuff, it's just like, they like, you know, the plots, the dialogue no longer seemed all that clever, or, you know, I don't quite know when the turn, like once it started becoming that way, but I don't know. There's a reason that, like, you know, Are You My Neighbor, or part of like why Are You My Neighbor is still like among like the big classics, you know. But like the Wizard of, like, compare Are You My Neighbor to the Wizard of Oz. Or Josh and the Big Wall compared to, or here's an example, like the first two Larry Boy movies compared to Larry Boy and the Bad Apple. Now, granted, I do have some reservations for the first two Larry Boy movies. Partly because I kind of think they were a bit, or the Fib from Outer Space in particular, I thought was a little scary Um, darn it, got 4th place again. Yeah, Lord of the Beans was... there are some funny parts. Yeah. Lord of the Beans is good. I'll agree to that. But like honestly, like thematically speaking, like production, like music, dialogue, a lesson learned, and just it being wrapped up in a nice little bow. The Rumor Weed, in my opinion, is one of the best VeggieTales. Arguably the best one, but it's just like, I think, like, the Fib from Outer Space, like, it leaves you with a cliffhanger. And, like, you don't really get the satisfaction that the nightmare is over quite as much. Like, the Rumor Weed, on the other hand, while it doesn't have the safety of Bob and Larry at the beginning and the end, like the Fib does, at the same time, it gives you this really good, satisfactory ending of, like, the nightmare is defeated. And whatnot, and the score for the Rumor Weed is so good. I mean, the score for the Fib from Outer Space is also great, but, like, it's, like, really good, but, like... Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That is a reason I defended. That is a reason I defended the Bad Apple, even though quality-wise, it's not as good as the first two Larry Boys, in my view. But that is a reason why I defended it for the longest time, because I'm like, well, at least Larry Boy is actually useful. In the Fib from Outer Space, he's not useful at all. And people are like, well, if he wasn't there, then the Fib would have just eaten Junior. And I'm like, that doesn't count. And also, I'm pretty sure the Fib from Outer Space actually traumatized me as a kid, because there are certain fears I have, or certain things that actually bother me a lot, that seemingly have no sense, like why they would bother me that much. However, I'm fairly certain I can trace them to the Fib from Outer Space, because each of those things is featured in some way. That's okay, I wasn't doing too well anyway. Part of it is because I'm talking so much, but on the other hand, I don't mind. Haven't been the good doctor yet. But like megalophobia is something I do deal with. Not specifically like if it's an inanimate object, it usually doesn't bother me. But if it's like a massive creature or something like that, that bothers me. The idea of something that is unstoppable that comes from outer space actually does bother me a bit. Ironically, because, you know, I'm such a huge sci-fi fan. But then the idea of being eaten bothers me a lot. Seeing some kind of machine, like a vehicle, breaking apart, which again, ironic because I'm playing this, right? That actually bothers me a bit. And then when somebody exhibits like terror in their voice, that also bothers me a lot. And all of those things I just mentioned are all things in the Fib from Outer Space. That being said, there are still many things about the Fib from Outer Space that I still really appreciate and think is really cool. Just production value and the score and like how it. But like, even just listening to the soundtrack can give me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Like I'm just kind of like, ooh. The Rumor Weed never scared me like the Fib from Outer Space did, though. I mean, it is different. At the same time, like, you know, and again, like I mentioned this before, like strangely enough, the Rumor Weed, it begins and ends without Bob and Larry on the countertop, which is very unusual. But that also helps make it seem like set apart. Or that also makes it set apart. Like this, okay, this isn't your average VeggieTales. I do kind of have a theory that there was enough, like, concern from like, parents and stuff from, like, the Fib from Outer Space. Because it's after that you start seeing a shift in how it's after that you start seeing a shift in how Big Idea approached the topic of death. Around that time, anyway. Like, cause you know you're not dealing with like slushy getting hit in your face. You're not dealing with you're not dealing with, you know, getting slapped in the face with a fish or anything silly like that. No, you're like in the Fit from Outer Space. You're straight up dealing with death as a concept. I think that's also part of it. And before that, you had Rakshak and Benny, I think, which of course straight up, you know, didn't really shy away from the fiery furnace, right? If this doesn't work out, I think I'm just gonna, or you know, if I still, like, if I end up losing this time around again, I think I'm just gonna call it quits for the night. Because I'm getting a bit sleepy, and I do have other things that I want to do, and I also have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I'll make sure I'm up and about for that. Dang, why is it so hard to... Why is it so hard to get, like, to get ahead on that one? I think it's all those jumps. Oh good, I'm still in first. You know what? Let's just stick with the basic color. It is. I was like, wait, is it the final lap? Lost track. It is. Darn. I think Michael Chang is the guy who was in second last time, in which case he may be in first now. Yep. By just 1 point, though. If I had remembered it was the last lap, I might have done things differently, but then again, if I had done things differently, I might have actually died. Oh, see all those sparkles? My goodness. For the longest time, I thought he was saying, "All right, that's great." Missed it. One of them at least. Oh. Once again, I forgot which lap it was. Okay, so I have to get first place. I still have all my lives. Then again, I had all my lives last time, and look where that ended up. Oh.
Too bad. You lost.
This is why we can have nice things. Honestly, the Astro Robin is one of my least favorite machines.
You got Earth power.
Just don't like its shape very much. Hey, watch it. Shoot. Are you serious?
Too bad. You lost to the team. 3, 2, 1.
It's always at that one part. Well, not always. Sometimes it's at the part where the follow jumps, but... Say, Michael Shane, you couldn't...
Too bad. You lost to the team.
I was about to say, Michael Shane, you wouldn't, like to do that too, would you? If I do that too, I meant fall off. Or crash or something. You know. I'm in big trouble.
Too bad. You lost to the team.
Last chance. If I don't make it, I'm quitting. Which is sad because this is at least the second. This is the second time I've gotten to White Land, I think.
You got Earth power.
didn't think I actually would. It's like last try. Whew. Man. Don't judge me by my appearance, I think is what Byrex says. Yeah. Rawr. Alright, keep playing until I fail. Which could very well be this time around. And by fail, I mean get a game over. It's one of the smoothest landings ever.
Too bad. You lost to the machine.
That's the first time that's ever happened. Well, that's not a good sign, is it?
Watch your back. You got full power.
Hey, Kate Allen, could you, like, get lost? Oh well, second is better than last, ain't it? it doesn't always feel like it, right? There are the oldie signs. Wait, Octoman is my rival still? Wait, who was my rival last time? Or who got him first last time?
Too bad. You lost to the team.
I sure did. Yeesh. Points behind freaking Octoman. I just launched.
Too bad. You lost to the team.
Nope, somebody died. Actually, 4 people have already. This track is the Racer's Graveyard. The F-Zero Graveyard.
You got boost power. Watch the back. Yeah! 4.0 left. Watch your back. Too bad. You lost to the team.
Well, somebody died with me. Alright, last chance. Either I move on up or I'm shutting her down for the night. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping for the latter. Five down already. Well, we haven't even completed the first lap yet.
You got boost power.
Oh,
Watch your back.
there you go.
Too bad. You lost to
Alright, well. You start getting familiar with this screen over time. Well. Oh well. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of F-Zero X. There won't be many of these. Probably only gonna be one more after this, in which I'll be finishing up normal on the King Cup and then doing novice and attempt to do normal on the Joker Cup. And then after that, that's about it, because I cannot for the life of me finish in first on expert ever. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao. The salute means something extra with this game too, huh?